Hey guys, what's going on? It's Keyblade Commentaries here, your host for today. I know this is a little bit weird. First off, I wanted to say I'm here with Ro,
Yo,
and we have our guest Lloyd Commentaries, aka Aaron Suki, a bit of a friend of mine I met on TikTok. Aaron, go ahead and say hi.
what's up, guys? How's everything going? Hope everyone's having a nice day.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a different episode this time around because we don't have Jasper with us right now due to some personal reasons. It's information that we personally don't really want to disclose as it is like I said very personal. What we will say is Jasper, we hope everything's going okay. We love you, man, and
Yep,
we're here for you.
yep,
We're waiting for everybody. Mad respect.
yep. Take your break.
Mhm.
Your time skip's about to come. Don't
Alright.
worry about it.
Now, I know that Jasper did promise a topic for this week specifically. However, Jasper was also trying to keep it a surprise for us. So, unfortunately, we do not know what topic it is. Therefore, we can't really discuss it. However, don't worry, we prepared a different topic that I think that you guys will still very much enjoy. We're going to be talking about since I know we're called the anime podcast,
hmm
the animanetic podcast, but we also love separate genres and mediums of fiction. And what we're going to be talking about today is underrated and overrated series. We're not going to have a set list like we did with the 9 by 9 anime.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about what we think
hmm
is underrated, like what series think is underrated, and how
Fair.
good it is, and we're going to talk about what series is overrated and why we think the series isn't as good as people say it is. So, who would like to go first?
Uh, I think our guest is supposed to go first today because it's his guest. It's the first time on the podcast, so
I really don't want to go first.
come on, come
I,
on.
I'm that kid that sits in the back of the class waiting for his turn, like hoping he's last.
I
Oh,
mean, you said
But
you said you had a whole bunch of stuff you wanted to talk about.
well, yeah, I mean, I was actually just gonna talk about like my underrated stuff. My overrated stuff is more of like a subjective, I guess. But I can go first if you guys want.
I mean, sure.
If you want, we can tackle each series going one by one.
Let's actually like talk underrated anime and then just like go from there if you guys want to do it that way. That works for me.
Well, yeah, we were gonna do underrated and then overrated.
All right, so for my underrated anime, I don't think if many people saw this, but it's called Strongest Stage with the Weakest Crest. And it's a Crunchyroll anime, and I feel like it's underrated because of course it's on Crunchyroll and many people haven't seen
Yeah.
it. But basically it's about this guy who gains like this really strong crest when he like first exists, I guess, or born, and then apparently dies, and that said crest that he originally had is now considered to be super like weak and whatnot, but because of how much training and everything he's done with it, when he reincarnates and has that same crest, it's now apparently so weak, but yet he's so strong with it. And it's like this kind of like reverse psychology almost. And I feel like it's probably one of the better like reincarnation animes comparable to like maybe reincarnation of a slime
hmm
and probably others, maybe even Tokyo Revengers. It's just a starting out series though. So
Yeah.
Isekai is actually a really good genre, and that
Yeah.
actually does
yeah.
sound really interesting. What do you think, bro?
Oh yeah, it definitely sounds very interesting. Through my 13 years of watching anime and reading manga, honestly speaking, this is the first time I've ever heard of this series, and by the description you
Well,
just gave me, Lloyd,
let's
I'm definitely going to put it on my watch list. Maybe in a decade or so, I'm gonna watch it because my watch list has become longer than the fucking Bible.
say. Uh,
All right, I'm going next. An
All
underrated,
right, go for it.
yeah, an underrated anime.
It doesn't, like I said, doesn't have to be an anime.
Yeah,
It could be an anime, video game, comic, anything you want.
yeah.
I'm gonna talk about an underrated, an underrated anime. An
Okay.
underrated anime that I want to talk about has to clearly be Monster. And manga as well. Many people like to say that Monster is not as great as Berserk, not a manga or the anime. I say otherwise, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, that's a bold statement. There we go.
I might
Ooh.
be the biggest Berserk derided in the whole world. It might be on my 9 by 9. I might have said that I will suck the Mappa employers off if they animate Berserk. But
I
I'm gonna.
remember that. I remember that specifically.
But there's one thing: Monster, the manga, and the anime, especially the anime, are way better. The manga are both on the same level. It's just so good. It's just so captivating. Like the fact that it takes the historical, themes and all of that are just amazing. And you're gonna say historical themes. Well, Berserk has a lot of historical themes. Yes, but Berserk has much more, I have to say, mythological things, if y'all can agree with me. Monster is much more realistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the name of it, you're like, monster. Monster is a creature. Monsters are not realistic. Well, it's referring to a human being who acts like a monster. You know what I mean? I don't want to say...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say about too much stuff.
Metaphorically, yeah.
Yeah, it's a metaphor, a synonym, I guess. And I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You just have to read it and watch it for yourself. Like when the anime starts, you're like, this anime has no reason to be praised. But trust me, if you pay attention to the show, your mind is just gonna explode. Especially episode 4 and 5. Those episodes are just masterpiece reveal, masterpiece everything. Monster is definitely a very underrated series. And Mappa, either Mappa or Ufotable, if you're listening right now, I promise to you, if you guys reanimate Monster in the best fucking art style, keep the same soundtrack and the same voice actors for both sub and dub, just with better quality, I promise to you, I will become your personal sex slave.
Oh my god. Mom, if you watch this podcast, I am so sorry for everything that my weird friends say. I am so sorry.
Okay, Brian. Now it's your turn.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, this is actually a game. It has its own anime. This is actually a game that I recently got and I recently played through. I've actually been talking about the main character of this game for the past few days. I've actually given like legitimate scans on how he beats Naruto, but it's more than just the power scaling aspect that I love this game for. I actually think that this game has a good premise, has a good vibe to it. It's one of those like cyberpunk games, but at the same time it throws in like other things that make it unique.
It has different themes.
The game, it's actually currently on Game Pass as of this upload of this episode of the podcast, or at least at the episode of at the time of recording this podcast. It's called Scarlet Nexus. I love this game. It is so freaking good. First off, the characters are great. I think my favorite character is still Yuito, but I also really like Luca. I also really like Gemma. Gemma gives off this like old man soldier yet somewhat fatherly vibe. He's not like too like I don't even know how to explain him. He's like he has that soldier vibe around him, but he kind of like he respects Yuito a lot. Luca, I personally think he should have been the main character. I'll just go out and say it. But Luca is such a great character. I love him. Yuito, he's great. So basically, what this video game is about, it's basically about these two. It's a boy and a girl. There are two main characters, Kasane and Yuito. Great protagonists for a video game. It's freaking great. This game is really underrated. It's about Yuto and Kasane. They both come from different families that are part of the OSF. Well, not part of the OSF. Kasane's family is part of like a whole different thing. But they both join the OSF, which is like this like military group that fights these beings called Others that come from this place called the Extinction Belt. It's a whole bunch of stuff that you'll figure out when you play. But basically, just to summarize it, stuff happens. They end up having to go into a civil war. It's this whole ordeal, but it is so good. You get to play as both stories. You get to play as Yuito's story and Kasane's story. And it's not like your typical, like, it's the same story. The only difference is the gender. No, they actually have their own separate stories. It's not just telling the same story no matter in spite of like the characters that you pick. They're telling different stories. If you play as Yuito, you get Yuito's own separate personal story. If you play as Kasane, you get Kasane's own separate personal story. Another thing that I also really love about this game is even if you don't play the other story, if you only play one story, you still get like the information of what happened in the other story throughout the person you're playing as the story. So you
That
still
is
know what's happening. So it's still really easy to get into. You don't need to play both stories to understand the full story of the game, although it is advised. But like the option is that you can, but you don't have to. Like you can still learn the story just from playing through one character's a story arc. Overall, it's a great game. Combat system, it is so good. That combat system, just something about it. It feels smooth. It's very engaging and addictive. The way you get to cycle through different abilities, it's great. Now, I'm not trying to take as long on this section as I did with Mob Psycho 100 in our
Exactly.
second episode. I took like almost a third of the podcast that time, so I'm gonna stop here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, play the game and watch the anime for yourself, and I'm gonna pass the mic on to whoever
Yeah,
whoever wants to go next.
exactly,
um
cuz.
I I think I can go next. For
Right, Aaron.
underrated, but I'm actually gonna be like having two of them. But I'm gonna specifically talk about the first one. Now, the first one is Rising of the Shield Hero, and then you have
Oh,
to Rave Master. Now, if most people don't know, Rave Master is the very first manga that Hiro Mashima, the creator of Fairy Tail, ever made, and it is a lot darker and a lot it's just as well written as Fairy Tail. I just feel that
Ooh.
it's the very beginning, so you really have to, I highly recommend reading it. Now, moving on to Rising of the Shield Hero. To me, Rising of the Shield Hero as an anime and a manga is highly, highly underrated. Now, the reason I
Yep.
say this is because of how, and I'm going to try and use my words correctly, screwed the main character was at the very beginning of the story. It goes from having this, melatonin of, okay, they're heroes, they're really good, to a, you just got framed for a crime you didn't commit, you're
Exactly.
basically screwed now. And now Fumi has to go from the very bottom of the list. He doesn't start at the very top like the other three do. He's constantly disrespected by the king and many others. He's constantly told and hunted down for different reasons. Many people look down on him as well, to the point that he basically takes one of the slave demi-humans, or Faunus, named Raftalia, that has a lot of PTSD from her own past, and I really love her character as well. To me, Rising of the Shield Hero is stupidly underrated because it's an isekai, but it's not that well known like Reincarnation of a
or even
or
Konosuba at that.
yeah, and to be fair, there is a lot of darkness when it comes to Rising of the Shield Hero. Like, if you read the light novel or just read the manga, the Spear Hero is a hypocritical
Oh yeah.
jerk who you really have to read the story to understand how much of a jerk he is. Both the Sword and Bow Hero are both jerks as well, but the Bow Hero, in my opinion, really just needs to be slapped for what he did in the later half of the I think it's first season that he does to one of his own companions, which I really hate. But realistically, I feel like Naofumi and how much of a amazing main character he is, specifically written wise, and how well his story is played out. And I highly recommend reading the manga and watching the anime. Rising of the Shield Hero is a highly good anime. It's in one of my top 10. I don't care.
Mad respect. Mad respect. In fact, I've watched Rising of the Shield Hero. And I'm gonna say something about Rising of the Shield Hero right now. What happened to Naofumi is basically cancel culture. He got framed for something he didn't do, and he got, all the blame. Everybody hated him, and he had to prove everyone wrong. And at the end, most people, when I say most, started loving him. But do you know who I hate in that story a lot? Multi. How much of a manipulative thought she is.
Dude, the fact that he saves her life goes to showcase how much of a good guy Naofumi is. But then the fact that he gives her two names that just justify her character to the T is just perfect.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but I don't care. He is probably one of the most comedic and darkest main characters in the history, and I love how he works. It's great.
Facts.
All right,
Facts.
Ro, would you like to take over?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fucking lutely. Because right now I'm gonna.
I thought you were about to. I thought you were like, you know, when the record player starts repeating everything.
Yeah. I'm like.
That's definitely how you sounded. No, no,
Yeah,
I mean like, maybe it's not called a record player. One of those. No, it's called a record player. Never mind.
yeah, that like has that weird stuttering thing when
Yeah.
it's in the wrong place or something.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna talk about a TV series right now. A very underrated TV, a very not a TV series, actually a movie franchise.
Okay.
The Ring franchise. Now, everyone over here knows who Samara Morgan is, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
From the movie Ring. How many of you guys believe that that Ring is very underrated? I for so believe that Ring is very underrated.
I think
Yeah,
it should be definitely talked about more.
Yeah,
yeah.
it should definitely be talked more, and it should definitely get a reboot, but not over modernize it. Do you hear me? Halloween,
Spiral.
Chainsaw, not Chainsaw Man. What it was called? Yes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, whatever the hell it's called. Do you hear me?
I got heat with Spiral, bro. They took so many things that made Saw,
Yeah,
and just completely forgot
yeah.
about it. But we'll discuss that at some other point.
Child's
And
Play
have ooh,
2019. That personally ripped my heart. I am a big Chucky fan. I love my boy Chucky. Now, how the fuck are they gonna get one of the biggest horror icons in the horror franchise's history, Chucky, and turn him into a robot? I'm pretty sure this is worse. This is.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. The
I,
freaking oh my god.
I think this is worse than
I
Jason X.
Actually, I haven't seen
I
Jason X.
I'm kind of like disappointed with it chapter 2 as well. That was
Yeah,
just
yeah, that was
eh,
I
just.
all right. Guilty confession. I have not read or seen any of the It movies or books.
you're fine. It's not really that big of like a
Yeah,
he's he's not comparable like Jason
yeah.
or Freddy, but
No,
like
but genuinely, I want to because I hear that the books are
yeah,
actually genuinely amazing.
Oh
the
no.
books are good. I just feel that they kind of ruined chapter 2
Yeah,
in my opinion. But
yeah.
I'm not gonna go into the depth of why because it's just
Too much.
you
All right, we're getting off. We're getting off topic. Ro, go ahead and continue.
Yeah. So the Ring movies.
Hmm.
Basically, many of you people know the Ring movies basically because of the Samara Ring, but it's fairly underrated right now. Like the last Ring movie that came out was in 2017, and honestly, that movie was doo doo water. I swear to God. I watched it, and I was like, "What the hell did they do to my girl Samara? They literally ruined her." I mean, I liked the concept, but you know, they kind of pulled a child's play. They kind of over modernized it and kind of like skipped, you know, the whole captivating part about Samara and the Ringo movies, which are the Japanese versions of the Ring. You know, the ones that came before Ring. It's actually way better, and it should be talked much more. Like, I know what you're gonna say. Oh my God, you're the weeb. You put Japanese stuff over American stuff. There's, I believe, from the Ring franchises, the 2002 version of the Ring is the best version, and then come all the Japanese Ring, and then the 2005 and 2017, because the 2017 honestly ruined it, and many people liked it because you know they did not see a lot of those movies for a long time, and maybe many new fans thought that the movies was good, but comparable to the other ones, it's due to water. So what I want is for someone to pick up the Ring series. If they pull up Chucky and they make it a full on 8 episode seasonal thing like a TV series, or they remake it. Do not over modernize it. Do not make corny ass Gen Z jokes about TikTok and bullshit stuff like that. and bring back the Ring fandom, rise them from the dead, full on Samara mode.
Kind of like how the Bleach fandom did when their anime came back.
Oh my god, the Bleach fandom. Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh Lord. We're gonna get
Alright.
attacked by a lot of fandoms today when we talk about overrated stuff. By the
Moving
way,
on.
hold on. Going back to what you were talking about, is the Chucky series actually like good?
Peak.
Because I haven't seen the Chucky series.
It's peak.
It's in my opinion, it's decent.
Yeah.
It's good, but decent. Like
It's-
I'm not afraid of Chucky that much.
Yeah.
Like growing up as a kid when I watched his movies. So
Oh no, I wasn't. I
I
was
mean,
never afraid of Chucky.
there are a lot of characters that I'm not afraid of that I genuinely enjoy.
Yeah, like Chucky.
I mean,
Chucky's
like horror,
just.
obviously.
Yeah, Chucky is just hilarious. Like that movie is just, they over modernizing. They're trying to pull Gen Z bullshit stuff like that. But honestly, they did a pretty good job. I thought that they were gonna make the show super CC. They're just gonna be afraid to not get canceled. But now they went all out. So yeah, you should definitely go and watch it. And if you haven't watched it, go to Amazon Prime, buy it. It's not that much, $12 the whole series, or pirate it if you are a bastard.
Don't start recommending any illegal action to our viewers. We don't want to be
Yeah.
responsible for like
Yeah.
someone going to jail.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. No piracies. If you Crunchyroll, Verve, Funimation, if you guys wanna slide, our sponsors to shout you out every episode, our DMs are open.
ah,
We did something similar last episode. Are we just gonna start asking big companies to sponsor us? What?
I mean, why not?
Do we don't even have the money to pay for a sponsor, do we?
I mean,
oh man.
I mean, we're just starting. Like, we're not that big at all. Like, we barely get any viewers because we don't advertise
We
it
just
enough.
started.
Yeah, we don't advertise it a lot because you realize in most of other podcasts they just advertise it all. That's how they get viewers and fan bases. Like on the beginning when they start advertising, a lot of people don't listen, and then slowly but surely they start growing. But how to say this? We are just still on the beginning phases. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we should still be asking for sponsorships though, especially if we can't pay for them.
No, sponsors are the ones who have to pay for us.
We'll discuss this later because I'm pretty sure we have to go and get a sponsor in order for them to. But that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Oh yeah.
So back to the topic.
Yeah.
So this time I am going to be talking about strictly an anime. Fun fact: this one was actually on my 9x9.
3x3, 9x9. Jesus Christ.
3x3. My fault. Shut up. Anyways.
9x9.
Yeah.
If we made a 9x9, that shit would have been Logan in the fucking Bible.
No, I probably would have only taken up an eighth of the podcast instead of a third.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a lot. But digressing, it was on my 3x3. Back when we were doing the episode with Comic Tutor. Shout out to Comic Tutor, by the way. That's a homeboy right there. And go watch that episode. It's actually a really good episode. Personally, Keyblade commentary is like one of my personal favorite episodes that we've done. But this anime, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun,
Oh.
I actually genuinely enjoyed that anime. Yeah.
I love the manga.
So, one thing that I forgot to mention about Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is that there is a level of mystery behind Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. For example, we still do not know why Hanako killed his brother when they were alive. That's a little something interesting right there that we never really figured out. We also never really know why that Hanako is the way he is or what happened in Hanako's past life. We don't really know too much about Hanako.
Just read
And
the manga.
I think that's a little bit interesting. Hanako himself remains to be a very mysterious character. He also remains to be one of the more powerful characters, as he can grant wishes that disconnect the connections between the spirit realm and the living realm. Which is chapter 73. Spoilers. Crap. Anyways,
Full on
but
Shannon mode.
that's not too many people watch the anime anyway. It's not like anyone cares.
Yeah.
But Um, I would recommend watching the anime. I would also recommend reading the manga because that's also a really, 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 really good read. Um, Totally About Hanako-kun honestly is one of those animes that I did not expect to like, but I ended up falling in love with, and now it's in my top 10. So, all I really have to say about that,
Watch it
passing
yourself.
it back on to whoever wants the mic. Huh? What happened?
Watch Toilet and read Toilet Bond Hanako-kun.
Yeah, it's freaking great.
Yeah.
That's something that I would recommend to anyone. Now, moving it back over to whoever wants the mic next.
Our guest,
Uh,
please take it.
I'll go. So I think this is gonna be like an underrated video game in my opinion. And the reason I say underrated video game is because a lot of people don't know it exists. And that's the actual. This is actually the Fairy Tale video game that's available for
Oh.
PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox.
It's also
Basically,
You're right. I
it's-
didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's also
it's centered.
Steam.
It's basically almost like Shinobi Strikers and Jump Force. It's a fighting game that's also an RPG at the same time. I actually have been wanting to play it for a super long time, but every single time it's available for Switch, everyone just buys it, and I'm just like, I gotta figure out a way to get it somehow. So I say it's underrated because a lot of fans were kind of like disappointed that it's an RPG and not like Shinobi Strikers, but rather like Jump Force. And to be fair, in my opinion, this is probably one of the first biggest games that Hiro Mashima has probably ever gotten this far. Most of the other games are surrounded around mobile, and I think he also was sponsored by Square Enix in a recent project that he has done for one of his games. However, most of his games are actually only available in Japan. Some are available here in the US. So I just wanted to like give the Fairy Tale game a shout out because then you can actually see how much the series in and of itself that apparently gets so much hate has gone from being like this quote unquote terrible anime to being this anime that's recognizable to even gaming industries. So
Yep.
Yeah, Fairy Tale. You could say Fairy Tale at the moment is underrated itself because there's
Yeah.
a lot of people who shit on it for no
Yeah.
reason. It's so good.
I mean, the
yeah.
power of
Plus,
it's
we're supposed
always
to be
the
getting
power of
100
friendship.
requests animated soon. So
Sorry to disrupt the recording a little bit, but it's always the power of friendship. Like, I'm gonna put the fairy tale power of friendship music over here. I swear to God.
oh man,
I swear
I
to
will
God.
deep hate you every day of the week. It does not use that much power of friendship, and you can't even hold it accountable for doing
Exactly.
that because many series within Shonen also use the power of friendship, being Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball. Like Midnight Gary actually made this entire video defending Fairy Tale on TikTok. I can easily send it to you.
Like there are a lot of themes in Fairy Tale that are fucked up, but people don't watch Fairy Tale because they say power of friendship and it's for children. I'm sorry. Do you guys over here have watched Fairy Tale at all? Cause you guys damn well know that Fairy Tale is not for freaking children. Some arcs maybe are a little bit family friendly.
Actually, ironically, shonen, sorry, as a genre is actually meant for a 15-year-old audience in Japan.
Young teens.
So, realistically, when people are like, "Oh, there's too much fan service for this anime," realistically, it's just the authors trying to do something for their target audience.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yes.
I just need to point that out because Fairy Tail's also been getting a lot of hate because of the fan service. When realistically, you take that away, it's still Fairy Tale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of video games and underrated anime, I'm gonna talk about Netflix anime and a character that I really much loved. You guys know what it is? Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
Okay, it's not going the ban route, please.
Okay, I thought you were gonna groan about Bond.
Okay, come on now.
Dude, I thought you were gonna treat Bond like Hisoka treats Gon.
No. Those two were no. If you put Gold in there, maybe yes, but we are not discussing about that topic right now.
Hold on, because every time I play Mugen and I do Gojo versus Bond, this man flips out. He has I can't even say it because it is going to go to YouTube, but he makes noises and says things. He did it in my stream once. It was funny, but like Bro.
Monetization.
Listen here. I am a horny young adult. I love Ban and I love Gojo, and I want both of them to. You know what? I'm not even gonna say the word because they're gonna get us
Oh my god,
demonetized.
okay, don't get us canceled. I'm just
Oh,
saying. But
oh.
with the stuff he said on my live about those two, I'm surprised that didn't get me banned instead of a simple joke about the way something sounded did. TikTok, I'm looking right at you, you bastards.
TikTok, listen
Yeah.
here. Mid-platform.
Ironically, I think I'm the only one here that hasn't been banned from live.
Me
You
too.
lucky bastard.
That's
You
lucky.
you lucky
It's
bastards.
not
Both of
really an
you.
achievement, to be honest. That just means I'm not on TikTok's watch list.
Yeah.
Well, I am.
How am I not on TikTok's watch list? The things that I've said about
Wait,
some lives is just.
hey, TikTok. Why is my Krogunk versus Naruto video on sensitive content? Please answer me that when you get the chance because you're doing too much. Anyways, go ahead and continue, bro.
Yes. So seven deadly things. Many people right now like to say, it's a Netflix anime and it's not an anime. How about you shut up? Cause seriously, Seven Deadly Sins is a really good show.
No, I'm kidding.
What did you just
Nah.
Relax, I said I was kidding. I said I
Okay.
was kidding.
Okay, listen.
Oh,
The
boy.
season 4 animation was due to water, to be honest. Though, you know what? The only part that was bad animation was the Meliodas versus Escanor fight. That shit was due to water, straight up booty chicks.
Just straight up dissing on his own anime.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Exactly. Like, I this my favorite anime of the all time, and Seven Deadly Sins is not my favorite anime. It's ReZero, but that's a different topic. And well, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, a Seven Deadly Sins. I'm excited for the game that's about to come out, and many people like to downplay Meliodas. Like Meliodas can solo a lot of verses. An example of that is the Naruto verse.
Oh Lord. Oh, I love that we never let the Naruto fans rest. Let's go.
You know what? Screw Seven Deadly Sins.
We've been
Naruto
good
hate
with
arc is
Naruto fans
about to start right now. Let's all downplay the Naruto fans. I'm gonna take short clips of that, post it on TikTok, and gain much more viewership.
Oh,
Okay, Naruto fans, how are you guys gonna be both racist, homophobic, and every imaginable bad thing ever? We have discussed that on the first episode, and you guys are still continuing.
Yeah.
I swear to God,
I know.
you guys.
I was on the first episode because I could have actually talked a way more
I swear
about
to
it
God.
too.
You know what?
we could literally make an entire episode just hating Naruto, but we'll just have a
Listen
small
here.
section of it here. Actually, you know what? That'll be the bonus later.
Yeah.
We could do that for the bonus later. Okay,
Oh, no.
we can have all the hate on Naruto in the bonus later.
Oh yes. Oh dear God, Naruto fans,
Guy with top
Prepare.
10 too.
prepare. You're about to get slandered. But
I have some words for the Naruto fans specifically. Trust and believe.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Seven Deadly Sins became, going back to Seven Deadly Sins, it became trending for a bit because, of the game, and many people were like trying to hate on it immediately as it was announced. Oh my God, this is a Genshin Impact ripoff. Shut up, you gacha kids.
What? But wait, Seven Deadly Sins came out first. What?
No.
What?
I'm talking about the game, the video game.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was about to say, like, if people actually think that Seven Deadly Sins is a ripoff of Genshin Impact,
Genshin
you
Impact
clearly
is an
don't know what you're
isekai.
talking about. Because Seven Deadly Sins came out first.
Genshin Impact is an isekai.
Yeah.
And no, we're
Actually,
not
I'm
here
very
talking
good.
about Genshin Impact. We're here to talk about the gameplay because the game, everybody here knows that Genshin Impact has ripped off. What was the name again? Oh yes, Zelda. What was the name of the Zelda game? I forgot.
Specifically Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
I mean, there are differences, but you can see where they took inspiration from.
Exactly. And the new Seven Deadly Sins games looks to be crisp as hell. You're gonna do it's an open world game. Come on. On the world of Seven Deadly Sins, the hell round, the freaking all of that open space, all of the things you can go, all of the races you can choose. I'm pretty sure they said that they might create a new character. Like you might get an option to create your own character and follow a story of your own choice. Yes, because at the beginning they wanted to put like a gacha mode, like kind of like how Genshin Impact is, but then they decided. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it how to say it. they're gonna make it into like create your own story.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that, it's gonna be amazing. I swear to God. Like, imagine everyone downloading this game and everyone choosing their own different stories, their own different outcomes. That would be so good. So many what ifs are gonna be finally be completed. And yeah, and with that, I put my segue to my host over here.
All right.
Boy, the commentaries. Hey.
Now there is another video game that I actually wanted to talk about, and
Oh, here we go,
it's
bros.
huh?
I said, here we go, bros. Sit back, relax.
So there is this game specifically on the Switch that I genuinely enjoy. It's this video game called Astral Chain. Not a lot of people talk about Astral Chain, but Astral Chain is definitely great. It is so good. Let me give you a little bit of an idea. It is a mixture of Persona and I don't know. It's pretty much like cyberpunk Persona.
Yeah.
But it is so good. It is genuinely so good because like first off, it's not turn-based.
Oh,
It's definitely not turn-based.
you got my interest?
Okay, I knew that was gonna grab your interest specifically because I know that you hate turn-based RPGs.
I can make a whole
But,
essay about that.
but it is actually so good. I would say that the combat in Scarlet Nexus is at least somewhat similar to like Astral Chain and Scarlet Nexus pretty much have similar combat systems. Astral Chain did come out first though. It did come out first. I prefer Scarlet Nexus, but Astral Chain is also really good and the stories are also really similar. I think I like Scarlet Nexus for pretty much the same reasons that I like Astral Chain. Really good combat. The only difference is, unfortunately, the male and female protagonists do tell the same story. It's pretty much like no matter if you're playing a male or female, it is just like the same story. There's no like separate story for the two main characters. You're literally just getting told the same story throughout. Which which isn't really bad. That's not a bad thing per se, but you know, that's one of the reasons why I like Scarlet Nexus more because it tells two different stories. But at the same time, Astral Chain's story is still really good and really engaging. Do not get me wrong there. Like it is, like I said, it takes inspiration from Persona, but it has its own taste on it. Like it does things different. For example, you can actually fuse with your legions. That's what they're called in there. They're called legions. You can actually fuse with your legion for a transformation, number one. Number two, you can actually use the chain, which, funny enough, Astral Chain, there's a chain in there that you have to use to control your legion. You can actually use it to trap your opponents and hit some pretty good combos on there. Combo system is really good, by the way. Like, the gameplay is really, really solid. Because you're pretty much playing as two characters. You're playing as yourself and the legion.
Good.
Which I honestly, that was actually really sick. That was so much fun to do. I won't lie. Much like Scarlet Nexus, it takes place in I already said this. It takes place in a cyberpunk aesthetic where you're playing as a governmental soldier or a police officer, as in Astral Chain's specific case, and you're going around fighting chimeras which come from this other dimension. I forget what it's called, but it's just really good. Genuinely, I hope that someday Astral Chain and Scarlet Nexus do get a crossover. Or, hear me out, because Death Battle, I am specifically talking to you.
Oh.
You want to get views?
Uh,
Do Yuito Sumeragi versus the main character from Astral Chain.
Oh.
They are so similar. The matchup is right there in front of you. It is literally like the verses would connect so well together. If you want a really close matchup with a good theme, do that matchup right there. Like thematically, it fits. The scaling is pretty much on par, so it will be really close either way. Like it would be such a good episode. I wouldn't even be mad if Yuito loses, even though I think he wins. Like it would be so good. But
I mean,
I digress.
kind of
Play
cool
Astral
background of Todoroki versus Zuko, but you know.
Todoroki versus Zuko was kind of
Mid.
yeah. I mean, I agree that Todoroki wins at least because of the manga stuff. But anyways, moving on past that, go play Astral Chain.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Moving. Passing the mic back on to Aaron.
All right, so I don't know if we're like moving on from underrated, but I have one last like thing, and that's basically gonna be a webtoon this time because
Oh.
I feel a lot of people probably haven't read it, but a lot of people try and give it a lot of credit, and that's Unordinary.
Yes,
Because
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes. I
I figured
freaking
I was
love
gonna give it.
Unordinary. Comic talked about Unordinary. I love Unordinary, bro. Unordinary is so
Midnight
great.
Dream talked about it. Like Unordinary is a highly underrated webtoon because so many people don't understand how the main character works in his world. And I love the story. I constantly want my friends to read it. I always recommend it when people start webtoon. I always recommend that and like one other, but that's just me. I feel that a lot of people need to understand that even if it's quote unquote popular, that doesn't mean that people will know about it. Plus, I feel like
Yeah.
Unordinary should definitely get an anime, in my opinion. Like
Oh,
we
for
can,
sure. It would be so good.
Oh. I mean,
and it'd
Killing
be
Stalking
insanely
is
good.
getting an anime. If Killing Stalking get a green pass and we do it for healer, then Unordinary can definitely get a pass.
Yeah, I kid you not. I feel that it rivals God of High School at this point, and that's just my opinion.
W.
Okay. Oh.
W.
Okay.
Um,
Now you
If I were
got.
to say
Oh.
I
which
mean,
one's better,
Siege.
I would say God of High School, but Unordinary is like a really close second. Not
Oh.
gonna lie.
Siege would
Oh
probably be
yeah.
mad
That's
at
what I'm
that
about to
statement,
say.
but I don't care. That's I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Oh dear.
Um, I
Like
mean, Jin Mori still slams the verse,
Yeah.
but like in terms of
I,
writing, I like
very
John
well.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jin Mori is freaking overpowered. Like
Listen,
if.
in my personal opinion, and Cora, if you're watching this, don't come for me because I'm not sure if the manga that I'm about to name has an anime or not. But I think the two best mangas to not have an anime are actually Unordinary and The Boxer.
Oh.
Hmm.
Interesting.
The Boxer is a really good series, guys. I recommend you guys read it. But go ahead and continue, Aaron.
Um. I that was kind of like my whole point was Unordinary. I do have another one called High Class Hormones, which is basically about um like a gay prince and a lesbian princess, and they basically have to hide the fact that they love the same gender. I only recommend it if a lot of my LGBTQ friends
Oh.
want a story to read on
Oh.
Webtoon. So I call it underrated, but that's only underrated to like a specific audience.
Oh, that's
So
definitely underrated to me.
I mean, so
And
just
this comes from an actual bisexual over here, Rose Bi.
Exactly. I'm the
I
biggest
know that's why
fag.
I was like trying to be nice. I didn't want to offend anybody.
No, you're
You
good,
have
man.
my
You're
whole
good.
permission to offend anyone. Even if they come for your neck, you have my protection. As
I
as
mean,
the
I also have like
biggest
two other friends who are LGBTQ that will protect me. So
Aaron,
that's another one.
as the biggest fag over here, Aaron, I
And
shall
we're gonna get
be
canceled. Okay, moving
I
on.
shall be your knight and protect you, my boy.
Thanks, Ro. That
Moving
means a
on.
lot.
Oh
Moving
yeah.
on to my boy Ro.
Speaking of Ro, why don't you go ahead, Ro?
This time is gonna be a manhwa as well. I'm gonna talk about. Uh, okay, I'm going to talk about a very specific manga, and that is Killing Stalking. Okay,
Sounds serious.
okay. I have a friend of mine. You might know them. They were like how to say an ad extra on the last special. If you are watching this, you know what I mean. And I call them Yumboom because they got the same hairstyle as Yumboom. Shout out to you, Yumboom. But they know that I love Killing Stalking a lot, and I'm so excited that they're gonna get an anime. Many people like to dislike it because it's quote unquote gay, even though Sango is not gay at all. He's just a psychopath manipulating serial killer, and I love that. And yes, I love true kind as a true fag. And yeah, I definitely recommend it to anyone who just wants to read a fucked up manhwa. You can go read it for free. You just have to search up Killing Stalking. Start reading it from the first chapter. Prepare some appointments with your psychiatrist or your counselor, because it's gonna fuck up your brain to the absolute max. Like my character Sumata is kind of inspired of Sangwo's, but I've gotten inspired from a lot of fucked up stories. Killing Stalking is one of them. Basically, more of it because of the redo of a healer factor. You know what I mean when I say redo of a healer factor, right?
Lord.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it to anyone who likes darker, edgier, and much more serious themed true crime, I guess, stories. You should definitely go and watch it. Or read it. When the anime comes out, go watch it.
It's really good.
And if the studio that's making the anime wants a dub voice actor, I'm available to voice Daddy Sang-woo anytime. Just hit my line.
Oh boy, bro, come on, bro. Get that promotion, I guess.
I mean, yes, I want to get a promotion. And now it's time for our host over here, the Kingdom Hearts jerk-off himself. Go on.
Wow. Okay, I see you. ReZero jerk off. Anyways.
No.
That's another Naruto jerk-off.
Ron's a Naruto jerk off. No, I'm kidding. Ron, we're joking.
Nah,
Anyways.
Ron is much worse. Ron is much worse. He's a Boruto jerk-off.
Wow, I wasn't even gonna say that either. Why would you do him like that? I was kidding. Anyways,
Key, just go.
No, I'm going. So, a lot of you may know about the series Kingdom Hearts, and yes, the video game is not underrated. I feel like it does get the attention it deserves. It's actually very good. But the manga, however, the manga for some reason does not get enough attention. Like, yeah, the battle choreography is not all that great until you get to the Kingdom Hearts 2 series.
Chain of Memories
also has good choreography in the manga. But even with the choreography, there is there's still like really funny moments. Like it has. There are a few times where the Kingdom Hearts manga actually has made me laugh. Like, it's actually pretty funny. There's also a little bit of more insight, if that makes sense, to what Sora can actually do and how the cosmology actually works. It explains the cosmology a little bit better, in my opinion, just a little bit. It also has one of my favorite, like, Black Air Force energy moments in the entire franchise.
Oh.
So this is specifically when actually, two moments. Specifically when Sora is fighting Larxene in Chain of Memories and Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, first off, we're going to start with Larxene. Sora is literally in the middle of fighting Larxene, and this man literally just decides to dump a bucket of water on her, so that whenever she goes to use her whenever she goes to use her electricity, she electrocutes herself to death. Sora, why? This is a Disney freaking product. Why would you do that?
And it's the funny context too, because he's losing his memory, so he really can't cast that many spells.
Oh Lord!
And so then, like, the last resort,
No, literally, he just dumps a bucket of water on her.
He's like, "Okay, you go, Black Force energy, I'm out."
He said, you know what? I may be out of memories, but I'm not out of options. That was great. And then Roxas, poor Roxas, my guy. So Sora's fighting Roxas in the Station of Awakening, right? Now, normally in Kingdom Hearts 2, the fight ends with Sora getting disarmed, but then Sora summons his Keyblade back, and then, he slashes through Roxas.
That's not what happens this time.
Sure, in the manga, he doesn't summon his Keyblade back. He summons one of Roxas's Keyblades to his hand. He takes Oathkeeper from Roxas. He summons one of Roxas's Keyblades to his hand, and he cuts through him with a dab.
Oh no, I'm definitely putting free dangle. I'm definitely putting a NBA young boy like music over here because as soon as you started talking about Black Air Force activity, young
Dude,
boy
there's
do not
actually a
copyright
Kingdom Hearts
us.
3 manga too. Wow.
Yeah, that one's a little bit more new. It's still being worked on. I can't wait to
Yeah,
read it, though. I'm gonna get my hands on a few copies. But
definitely. Me too.
literally, Sora has some of those Black Air Force energy moments in the manga, and it is just so great. The version, in my opinion, manga Sora is better than game Sora, and
Whoa,
I know
whoa,
that's a
whoa, whoa, whoa! Those are
really
some
Yeah.
strong claims over here, my
I
boy.
know I know that's a really bold statement, but he is just funnier and he is just that much more he just has that much more Black Air Force energy. He's just so much more of a menace. Like imagine, all right, you've been using these Keyblades since before you rejoined with Sora's Heart, right? This is if you're Roxas. Like put yourself in Roxas' shoes. You know these Keyblades in and out by now because you literally like you know how to use them. Like you've pretty like they're your Keyblades. They belong to you. All of a sudden it gets summoned from your hand and you get killed with your own keyblade with a dab. He kills you with by dabbing through you.
Damn.
How are you going to process that? How do you begin to feel? Or
Dude,
rocks?
CJ the champ.
could more Black Force energy than
CJ the
stopping the
champ.
main character
Oh,
music.
No,
CJ the champ.
we
This is
Air
a
Force
message
energy.
to CJ the champ. Sorry for interrupting. CJ the champ, if you're listening this, make a Black Air Force analysis about all the Kingdom Hearts games. Please do it from our
No,
boy
literally,
Brian over
specifically the
here.
manga. Specifically the manga.
Some Black Air Force energy.
Now, if anyone has Black Air Force energy in the games, it's Xehanort. But we're not going to talk about that.
Xehanort.
But in the manga, definitely CJ the champ. Sora deserves his own episode. Manga Sora specifically deserves his own episode.
Yeah,
But anyways,
Brian is right.
that's enough of that. Now we're gonna go into more overrated territory. So,
Oh!
Aaron,
Oh, dear God!
I'm actually going to specifically go starting with a video game because
Okay.
I feel that many people overhype this but don't realize how crappy it is. And you guys actually brought this up in Siege's episode.
Be careful on
and
what you
that's-
say.
It's Call of Duty Warzone.
Okay.
Ooh,
I thought you were gonna bring up
as
Doom.
much as I love, as much as a Call of Duty fan that I am, and I've loved Call of Duty since the very beginning. Warzone is basically Activision telling their fans, we have run out of ideas, and we're just gonna copy the newest thing. And ironically, I've said this off screen. Call of Duty kind of created like the first official Royale type stuff with their online modes and everything.
I mean,
But the game never fit with a battle royale section,
maybe.
and it never worked.
Yeah.
And then here we are, Warzone got the worst anti-cheat software. You've got hackers everywhere.
Literally worse
You've
than
got
Valve.
people constantly streaming it on Twitch just to get like pissed off about it. You've got people making different skits and shorts on YouTube and TikTok and making fun of it. Like at this point, Call of Duty needs something to like fix Warzone.
2030.
if we're being honest,
Warzone.
people don't even play the game. So people don't even watch videos on it to watch videos about the gameplay.
People,
You know,
Yeah.
most of the time, they're just trying to they're failing, mind you, at trying to recreate COD lobbies. That's what they're trying to do, and it's not working.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Rainbow Six Siege is much more of a toxic lobby than freaking COD. Because right now they are just softened. They're just soft. They're just like back in the day. COD lobbies used to be the shit. But right now, I swear to God, how are you guys gonna become less toxic than Rainbow Six Siege? I swear.
How do modern day COD lobbies become less toxic than Overwatch lobbies? I wanna know that.
This is a bold claim, my G. This is bolder than
No.
mine.
No, literally, Overwatch lobbies are way more toxic than modern day COD lobbies. COD lobbies back then used to be absolutely ruthless. Nowadays, absolutely nothing compared to what it used to be back then. It is like it's like watered down. It's pretty much. I'm
What?
gonna say this.
Oh, careful on
It's
what you say.
like modern COD lobbies are the Sonic Boom of COD lobbies.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
No, no. You know what? I have
Whoa.
a bolder claimant.
Okay.
Modern day COD lobbies are just like a League of Legends chats and Valorant lobbies. Soft as shit. You're gonna get banned immediately. And I haven't played LOL for like the last 3 years because that fucking game has given me so much anger issues. Ooh. I can make a whole ass video talking about shit of Legends, of course, but I'm not in the mood today. So I'm gonna talk about something something overrated. Something that's overrated, and when I say overrated,
That's enough.
I mean overrated. The full-on
Go for it.
definition of overrated. Okay, this is gonna be a video game. What video game do you guys think I'm gonna talk about? Just bear in mind. Mind you, I'm gonna trigger a lot of I'm gonna trigger that fandom a lot.
Genshin?
No. Genshin is overrated, but not on this scale.
It's overrated.
Alright. I might get cancelled and I might get kicked out.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, no.
Why? Why?
I
You
knew
just
it.
have to go there. Why?
For one main
Bruh.
reason. It's turn-based. And I fucking despise
Have a
turn.
remake where it's
Hey,
not.
You know what?
Yeah, come on, dude.
Okay, Final Fantasy 15, the Windows edition that I have on my computer right now. I play it. It's an open world game. I love it to death because it's open world. It's not turn-based. If they make, I swear, I promise, if they make all the Final Fantasy games open world, remake them, I'm gonna love every single one of them. But they are turn-based. They are fucking
Well,
turn-based.
hold on. To be fair, 7 does have a remake where it's not turn-based.
Alright, I'm gonna try that. But I swear to God, the Final Fantasy fans, especially the ones that like 7, like to overhype the hell out of this game. I swear to God. Every time they gotta speak about the greatest games of all time, they always gotta bring up Final Fantasy 7. And Final Fantasy 7, the amount of bugs that game had when it first launched is unmatched. Like sometimes I compare that game to fucking Cyberpunk bugs.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Bold claim. That is a really
I mean,
bold claim.
to be fair, they fixed it, just like Cyberpunk, but it's still pretty baggy. Like, if I go and buy a brand new PlayStation 1, just open my box, clean it up with everything brand new, and get a brand new Kingdom Hearts 7, fucking Final Fantasy 7 disc, and start
Made by the same
playing it,
person.
and start playing it.
Basically.
Yeah, and start playing it. The amount of bugs I'm gonna see are just gonna be surreal. The only reason I like to jerk it off so much is because it's one of the first 3D games that came out on PlayStation 3, on PlayStation 1. That's why they all jerked it off to the absolute max. Do you know what's a good first 3D game? Mario 64. That's a good game.
Super Mario 64 is actually really good.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Better than Final
I'm
Fantasy.
actually glad they kind of padded it to Switch with All Stars, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's better than Final Fantasy 7. I made this claim. Now, Brian, it's your turn, my friend.
I do want to point out that overrated doesn't always mean bad.
Yeah,
That's number one.
Yeah, the story's good. The story's good.
Number two, we're not always going to share the same opinions.
Yeah.
That being said, I still think you guys might agree with me, but I'm going to get a lot of hate for this.
Alright,
I
you better
really
not
know.
say you better.
It's going to be specifically by the DC fans.
Oh.
I have
Oh.
record
Don't
multiple times saying that I do not like this character or the modern interpretation.
Don't tell
of
me
this
it's
character.
Batman
I
Arkham.
think of Batman.
Hell yeah, that's actually on my list. I kid you not. Let's jump into the pit, my dude.
I got mad heat with Batman. I really do. And surprisingly enough, has nothing to do with the Joker.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough.
Speak, my dude.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
so first off, let's say he doesn't kill the Joker, right? Right?
Mhm.
Right? So,
Right.
why are you going to cripple the thugs? And if you don't want to kill the Joker, at least like cripple him, paralyze him, do something. He is a human being. No, you're gonna cripple the people who work for him, but then just kind of beat up the Joker a little bit. You're gonna beat up Riddler a little bit. You're so, like Batman is such a hypocrite, or either that or he just doesn't make up his mind. Like,
Huh.
how are you
Uh,
going to cripple the people who work under him, but not cripple the person who is telling them what to do?
yeah, I don't
Like,
like
what
Yeah.
Batman.
are you
Yeah.
doing?
I don't
What are
like
you
Batman.
doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're not giving these supervillains the same punishment that you give to all these other people once you actually get your hands on them, or once
Well,
you
but he'll
actually.
be cripple Superman though.
That's what I like about Spider-Man. If he needs to kill, he's going to kill. Batman is like, no, someone
I
worse is
will
gonna
not
come
kill,
up.
and
And
I've
see,
done it multiple times.
like I said, not my problem with Batman isn't the fact that he doesn't kill. That's whatever. I don't really care about that. The fact of the matter is, he treats the thugs worse than he does his actual rogues gallery, and
Exactly.
I think that's.
Yeah.
And also, Batman's kind of a jerk. He literally slept with Lois Lane just because Superman found out that Batman was Bruce Wayne. How? Why would you do that? Superman's your best friend. That's number one. Number two, he beat up Deathstroke in front of his daughter.
Damn.
Why? Why would you
Yeah.
do that? You gain nothing out of that. You traumatized a kid. Why would you do
Oh,
that?
it's not like he hasn't traumatized Dick Grayson. Like, if you guys
Or
actually read, like, he left Dick Grayson in the Batcave and made him eat rats. Like, that's like how, like, dark Batman is in the very beginning.
no,
Like,
literally. I
he
I
didn't
also
care for Dick at all
I also want to
until
point
like the
out.
very
I
he
also
starts
want
getting.
to point out that when Jason came back to the Bat family, Batman specifically, and Aaron, I don't know if you remember this.
I probably will.
Batman had uh Jason's Robin costume on display, and he was like, "This is a reminder of your failures." What did you
Oh
Damn.
yeah, I'm like,
Nothing
yeah,
that
I
happened to Jason was his fault.
yeah, I remember that. I hated that so much because I'm like, dude, you literally kept that in display solely for the fact that you knew you screwed up, and here you are telling him the complete
It's
opposite.
like
Like he,
nothing that
why?
happened to Jason was his own decision. It wasn't his fault. Why are you trying to make Jason feel bad over a situation that he didn't have control of?
Because he's a
Oh, dude, have you
fucker.
not seen like if you've seen Dark Apocalypse War, like Justice League Dark Apocalyptic War, he
Mhm.
literally tells Damien that he's a mistake and that your mother drugged me and forced me to have you. You're nothing more than a sad excuse. Like this is Batman within the Mobius chair, but I know for a fact that's like the true Batman speaking. Like that's exactly how he would tell Damien off because
It's not even just that. He literally disowns Damien in Injustice 2 and lets everyone
oh
pick on
yeah.
the mistake he made because Damien lashed out because he's a kid. He's a freaking child.
And he killed Dick, and he's just like, "Oh my goodness, my only son. Dick was the only kid I had." Like, seriously, dude, you're just gonna forget about the others?
You,
And
yeah,
then
you're,
when
you're,
Dick
you
comes
just
back, it's
disown
just like, "Oh my goodness."
freaking. It's like you have a lot of apologizing to do to Damien and Jason Bats. Like I'm just saying.
Oh, he has a lot of apologizing to do to Dick because, like, Dick has constantly had to deal with his
Oh yeah, no,
BS
for real.
for so many years, and Batman's like, "Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about." And Nightwing just has to sit there and agree with him. Like, it, at this point, Dick just needs to like leave and just stop defending Bruce so many
Now
times.
I will say that there are times where I can somewhat respect Batman. For example, the little thing that he did for that one girl, I think her name was Ace, that I can
Yeah,
respect. I actually really respect
yeah.
Batman for doing that. However, 9 times out of 10, I do not like Batman because he's a hypocrite and he mistreats his own family. That's not fair.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really not.
DC
But
fans are
yeah,
really gonna come for our neck, but I'm gonna say this specifically. Marvel is better than DC. This is a proven fact.
Yeah, it's a matter of opinion, but
I'm
sure.
more of a Marvel
It's
Marvel guy. I don't like to hate. I don't like to be toxic about the Marvel things because Marvel and DC because if I have any opinion I'm gonna get slandered. It's like
I guarantee that there was just someone in the background waiting to be like, oh, it's because Batman doesn't kill, doesn't he? Ha! Spoiler alert! I already predicted that, and that wasn't my gripe with Batman. It was
oh
literally everything else. Oh, and his
Actually,
fans.
he
I'm
has
not.
killed in the past. He's
He
killed
has killed.
multiple humans within his earlier years. He'll
Well,
even
that's
use a
I
gun.
do like Adam West's Batman. Adam West Batman is really great. But
wow.
And if you've ever watched Panda Red on TikTok, he even brings it up that Batman has in fact killed before,
Uh-huh.
and he
hold
also
up,
uses
and
guns at some
that's a
point.
panda, man. He's great.
Yeah, he's great. He's funny, he's hilarious, and he brings up a lot of the flaws that Batman has, and I love it.
Oh yeah, y'all go watch that one skit he did of Red Hood and Alfred's
Mm-hmm.
conversation, bro.
Oh,
He made like
dude,
a
that
whole head
was
canon.
Oh.
He made a whole
oh
head canon
so
of a
good.
Oh.
conversation with Alfred and Red Hood, and it wasn't even a comedy skit. It was a serious thing, but it was so good. It was so good, and I
It
want
was
to believe that it was canon. Like it was literally so
Chef's
good.
kiss.
He's
Chef's
great.
kiss, man.
He's legitimately great. Now
Yeah.
going back onto Batman, another thing
Oh.
that I hate about Batman, and before I say this, I don't think you should hate a character or a series because of the fans, but Batman is just one of those characters where I just like I don't know, I want to talk crap about him
Yep.
because of his fans, because his fans are so toxic.
Yep. Yep.
Batman's fans are unbelievable. They are
Yeah.
they
Damn.
are the
Like
Naruto
5 seconds
fans
prep
of the
time, he
comic.
goes to Marvel Burster with 5 seconds this, five
Oh
seconds that, or
Lord.
if he has
No,
prep time, if
hold
he
on.
has this, he has that.
I'm going to say this right now. They are the Naruto fans of the comic community.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. This
Mm,
is a this
I
is
mean
a
that
bold
wholeheartedly.
claim. This is
The only difference, they're not as racist and they're not as sexist. But other
oh
than that, actually they might be as sexist just a little bit. But other than that,
mm.
other than that, they are freaking terrible. They're no, they're the Doomslayer fans
Oh, okay,
of the
okay, okay.
freaking
Not,
comic.
okay. Now you're getting a little bit too personal for me. You know that I
No,
love Doom.
because no, hold on, because Doom fans are. I don't have a problem with Doom. I don't even have a problem with Doomslayer. I have a problem with his fans though.
Oh yeah, he's
But
fans. No, he's fans. Yes, but I'm a
But
Doomslayer fan. But I'm not
shoot.
on the toxic side. I'm on the good side.
you're a good Doom fan. But
Yeah.
freaking his fans really they
Yeah.
love to try to jerk
Yeah.
off Batman, saying that he can beat literally anyone, that he can solo literally your favorite verse with just a little bit of prep time. Spoiler alert, no he
No.
can't. I would love to see Batman with prep time try to take on the SCP verse. Like
Oh
that
Lord.
to see that.
He's screwed.
Oh Lord.
Let Batman try to pull up on Sora. Let's see how far he's going there.
Lol.
Yeah. Oh
And
Lord.
I'll
Let
debate
him
anyone on that
pull
too,
up
by
his
the way.
fairy tale. He ain't doing
Uh,
shit.
just like Superman fans, there are versions of Superman that Goku cannot beat, and there are versions of Superman that Goku can solo. There are
Like,
multiple
you know what?
versions.
Superman, they try to scale Batman off of Superman all the time,
Yeah.
not knowing that all of his fights with Superman require some form of prep, and 9 times out of 10, they don't even
He's
really
using
work.
Superman's weaknesses. Like he's basically weakening Superman. He's never fighting Superman at his fullest strength. And the
And then
Hellbat suit's another stupid toxic thing. They're like, oh, the Hellbat suit fought Darkseid. It's like, yeah, but that's an avatar, not the true version of Darkseid. And heck, it was even draining his own life force.
and
So
even then he lost.
Damn.
yeah, I know. It's like, guys, just stop
Like
hyping
he
back.
lost, he couldn't beat Darkseid. He lost to Darkseid in that suit. Everyone's going around saying, "Oh, he beat Darkseid in this." No, he didn't. He
Literally
lost.
in this panel, boom, he's lost. Like Darkseid's like, oh my goodness, I'm so
How people
scared.
said Cosmic Armor
Uh-huh.
Superman beat Mandrake. No, he didn't. He lost that fight.
Jesus Christ,
He lost that fight, man.
Jesus Christ,
I
your
will
mind
admit
just
though that Batman is a very smart guy.
yeah.
He
I mean,
is.
he did create the Radion bullet to like harm Darkseid, but to be fair, genius does not mean anything. Seeing
Yeah.
as Lex Luthor is confirmed to be smarter than him, he has outsmarted some people stated to be smarter, sorry, than him, and that's fine and all. But like, I can give respect where respect is due. Like his genius is off the charts, but
Batman is
don't
smart.
hype him
Yeah.
up just because of that. Oh, if he has prep time, he can solo the verse. No,
No.
he can't.
No.
Literally, he prepared for the Justice League and couldn't even beat the Justice League with the suit he made that was designed to beat the Justice League. He pulled out the Justice Buster, and Superman peeled it like a banana.
Yeah, and really, the Tower of Babel showcased that his own his own plans to defeat the Justice League could in fact be broken and used by villains. They even use this within another movie where the Justice League I think it's like the Justice League versus the Legion of Doom or something. It's an animated movie, and literally everyone's all pissed off at him. He's just like, you know what? If you didn't have plans for this, I'm just gonna leave. Like a lot of people call that like a really respectful moment. It's like, oh yeah, he's standing up for himself. Or when in Justice League Unlimited, the cartoon, when he's just like, oh, you guys are turning yourselves in? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Remember, I'm a part-timer. Like, I can respect those moments, but realistically, he should really keep his plans more safely and secure rather than allowing them to get into the wrong hands.
And now another thing with Batman. Hold on, I'm having a brain fart at the moment. There was something that I really wanted to say. Oh yeah, no. Literally, like we've seen what happened with if Batman without all the enhancements or the suits or like the prep time fought Superman. Superman literally grabbed Batman, flew him out into space, and then proceeded to re-enter the atmosphere, letting Batman burn to death. Like Batman is not as strong in his base form as Batman fans make him out to be, and Batman is certainly not as strong with prep time as fans make him out to be. He does not solo fiction.
Yeah, he doesn't really.
Honestly,
I'm sorry. I want now. There are versions of Batman that I like, i.e., Batman Beyond and Adam West Batman. However, if we're talking about normal Bruce Wayne, he's a hypocrite, and he pretty much bullies his family. And his fans are terrible.
Damn.
I also don't like Hal Jordan. Anyone can fight me on that. That guy is a pedophile. Anyways, moving on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We went to EDP-ness right now.
Well, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern literally had romantic and sexual relations with, what was it, a 13-year-old alien?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I believe it was 13 years old.
That is EDP-ness.
And it's not even like it was retcon because it still sometimes gets brought up. So, anyways, moving on.
All right, my turn, because I feel like this next topic, this next overrated thing, we are all gonna have a place to just wham, 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 just 1-2 combo it. All right.
Combo.
Overrated anime. This anime has been on my top 10 for as long as I can remember. It's overrated, and I feel like I need to find an anime to replace it on my top 10, and I found one. Mob Psycho, by the way.
Yes.
Let's
W.
King Crew, he's a Psycho fan. Let's go.
Okay, and this specifically is something we've all wanted to say, but it's Naruto.
This is a perfect segue before we start talking about Naruto.
Saving it for the bonus. Saving that specifically for the bonus.
Yeah.
That specifically for the bonus.
Before the bonus though, can we get before we do the bonus? We're gonna take a bathroom break, but let's continue right now.
Okay. I was gonna bring up my other overrated anime, but I'm gonna go switch to manga just because I feel like a lot of people don't know about this, but it's just because I have a problem with the fans, and that's the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga. I severely love parts 7 and 8, and I severely love parts 6 and 5, and all the parts. My issue is it's so overrated because of the stupid power scaling freaking JoJo fans who are like,
oh my god, yeah.
These people solo this, these people solo that, and then they freaking always rely on the data books. They always rely on it. Like, do you know how broken with Gold and Prospect 4 are? And people just overhype them to the extreme. Like, I hate it. I'm like, guys, stop overhyping stands that I have grown to love. Stop doing this. Actually, just enjoy the story. I hate power scaling JoJo fans because if you disagree, if you find a character that can beat any one of the like stupidly overpowered stands, they will get so toxic. I kid you not.
Gold Experience Requiem is all a fiction.
I hate it. It's so stupid. It's such an overrated manga because the fans overhype it so much. And it's so annoying because
this is one of the reasons why I prefer part one and part two over the rest of the parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's the parts that those are the parts that the power scalers don't really like go to. They stay away from that, which is one of the reasons why I love it. That means we can
Yeah.
actually enjoy the writing without saying, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
this character solos." Like
Well,
we can actually enjoy those
And
yeah.
parts.
dude, I freaking love parts 1 through like
Yeah.
5 because of the writing of the main characters,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
as well as
definitely.
6,
That's
7, and
amazing.
8. It's the
By the
fact that
way,
they overhype it so much. Like when I was first reading JoJo's from like parts 1, 2,
mhm.
and 3, so many of the fans were like, "Oh, you gotta watch JoJo's. Oh, you gotta watch JoJo's. Oh, you gotta watch JoJo's. Oh, you gotta watch JoJo's." And
Yes,
I'm
but
like,
skip part one. Skip
"Alright,
part
read
one
the
and
manga."
two.
It's like the manga's not as good as the anime, and I'm like, "But the anime is the manga." What? I was like so confused as a kid, and
Even
to
the
me,
manga is
like,
so much better. Who's saying that the
I
manga is
know.
worse?
And there's so much like way more in-depth writing for parts 1 and 2. I even like agree that the light novels are like for JoJo's is really good. I just hate that people overhype that as well, especially with like George and light novel Cars. But
Yeah.
I
I would
still
want to
love the
bring up
light
Cars
novels
too. I
too.
mean, I love Cars. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
By the way,
I
guys.
just like out of all of the series that I've grown up with, the fact that people overhype JoJo's is what pisses me
Yeah.
off. Like, stop overhyping it. Stop making it all about power scaling.
Yeah.
It's like I hate that new gen fans now are like, oh,
Mhm.
if an author knows about
Yeah.
power scaling, it makes him a W author, and they'll like bring up Black Clover or Fire Force as
Yeah.
examples, and I'm like, the
I don't
authors
know.
have no idea what power scaling is.
Yeah.
Don't
They're
sit there
like,
and act like they do.
they're like, your character is weak as hell. You're that. Therefore, the story is mean. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up, you pretentious dickhead. No, just
Yeah.
because an anime doesn't have characters who can literally crack space continuance doesn't mean that the story is shit. If you like that,
No.
good. But a story is about there are good stories. For example, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I said that to Brian here as well. That hey, listen here. I have a bold claim to make. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1 and 2 are way better than Part 3.
And I
Because,
agree.
yeah, Part 3 JoJo's, don't get me wrong, it is good, but it's not as good as not as good as Part 1 and 2. And Part 1 and 2 are definitely better than Part 6. And before you guys bring up some bullshit like, oh, you hate because the main character is a female. No, I couldn't give a shit about because the main character is a female. The only reason,
They kind of ruined
yeah,
Jojo in part 6 for
yeah,
me, not gonna lie.
I
I
do
don't,
like Joel.
I don't, it's not because of the main character that I hate Part 6. It's because of the whole power scaling bullshit. Like, every time I bring up, I read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, and I go, oh my god, so you agree with me that father pushing and solo all of anime? Oh my god, you agree with me that freaking Over Heaven Dio is like the most powerful being of all
Oh
time?
my god!
First of
Dio
all,
ain't even canon.
first
From
of
a
all,
game that some fans like to
yeah,
use, even
yeah,
though Eyes of Heaven, the video game, is a really good game, but people always glance over the story
yeah.
just for them to say, oh yeah, Over Heaven, Dio, and Jojo are so freaking strong. They beat Tuskax for it. It's so stupid. Like, stop bringing power scaling into everything.
By the way, guys,
And
Over
again,
Heaven,
I will say, like I mentioned earlier, overrated does not mean
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Overrated just means that these fans love to overhype the crap out of these
To
series to the
degrade
point where
it.
it's freaking
Yeah.
annoying. To the point where it's annoying.
Naruto levels of
Yeah,
degrading
it
this.
gets really annoying. I even have
Yeah,
a
we have a
mutual
lot to say about Naruto
TikTok.
and business.
You guys have probably like seen him multiple times on like my TikTok. If you don't agree with him that GR is like this super strong stand, he will literally call you biased. And I'm like,
Yeah,
are
yeah,
you serious right
yeah.
now?
Exactly. Listen
GR
here.
stats are all none.
But by the way, guys. First of all, Goku defeats GR, and second of all, the Overheaven, the Overheaven light novel is peak fiction. Go read it or listen to the audiobook, as I love it. It just put Dio as like one of my favorite villains of all time, just because of the Over Heaven light novel. Go read it or listen to the audiobook on YouTube. I swear, or buy it on audiobook. I don't care. Just you gotta interact with it because that thing is so good. I swear to God. Every time I listen or read it, it just becomes much better. It's just one of those types of books and audiobooks. I just love it. And yeah, many people like to gloss over like the character aspect of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. For example, they all like to downplay Part 4, even though Part 4, by far, by far, and an
Part
amazing
4 has
story.
best antagonist. Never doubt me.
Yeah, listen here.
You cannot tell me Part 4 does not have the best antagonist.
Come on. Yoshikage Hira.
I would say part 2 has the best antagonist. I
Nah.
do prefer Joseph, but that's a matter of opinion.
No, that's that's
I only
protagonist.
say that Yoshikage Kira is
Yeah.
the best antagonist because
Yeah.
he's the best Rowan, in my opinion.
I
Come
thought
on.
you said
Quiet.
protagonist. My fault.
Yeah.
No, it's antagonist. But yeah, Yoshikage Kira is one of the best antagonists, if not the best, in
Yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures,
Yeah.
parts 1 through 6
Yeah.
specifically.
I do like
Right.
Kira as an antagonist.
Yeah.
I personally bias for part 1 deal, but Kira is actually really good.
No.
Part 1 Dio is pretty good. I just say that because think about Kira's character. He is a serial killer who has remained hidden for so many years to the point that even the main characters and the audience do not know that he is the villain and the main one at that.
Like,
To the point that this man murders one of the only side characters that Akiri, in my opinion, actually made me feel for. Like, this is a middle schooler, and those 3 girls are like, we better just walk away. Like, that's such a freaking disrespectful moment.
Yeah.
And I love it because so many people were bringing up, it's like, these girls are so messed up, and they'll just show Kira, like, I've already touched the doorknob, and just kill him. Like,
Yeah.
without any remorse, he just kills a middle school child.
Cold blood. That's what I like. That's
It's
what I like.
so cold. He'll even do it to Koichi and Jotaro with sheer heart attacks whole episode. Like,
Yeah.
he straight up just, such an amazing
You
villain.
know what?
And the fact that he
Kira-
kills Cinderella is
Kira-
like, holy.
When I
Here-
finish rewatching, sorry to interrupt, but when I finish rewatching Monster, I'm going to rewatch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I swear to God, Yoshikage Kira is probably Yoshikage Kira and Overheaven light novel D are probably speaking some of my favorite villains of all time. And before you bring up the I forgot his name, the guy that has stars and stripes, the part 7 antagonist. I forgot his name. What was his name? The president of the United States. I forgot his name.
Valentine.
What? Yeah, Valentine. Yeah, Valentine.
Valentine's an okay villain,
Yeah.
but I feel like if
Kira's
anyone's
better.
better than him,
Kira.
Yoshikage Kira. But that's
Yeah,
just
and Overheaven, the light novel. If you trust, and Cars as well.
yeah.
But personally speaking, I like Overheaven, the light novel, and freaking what was his name, Kira, much more than I like Cars. Cars like a close third. It's like if I have a top 10 list, freaking Cars will be number 11, like close to top 10, but not as good as the other ones. No disrespect to Cars, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for me to speak about an overrated anime. This is going to definitely,
I'm gonna jump hit with you. Let's go.
definitely. When I say definitely gonna get me freaking cancelled. All right, I'm about to say it, guys.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Yes. I'm jumping into the pit. Let's go.
I'ma
Come on.
dive
Let's-
in.
Again. Attack
No
on Titan
disrespect.
is not necessarily bad,
Yeah,
but the fans are just
Yeah.
God. This
Dude,
is
it
what
got spoiled
no,
for me. It got spoiled.
literally, me too.
That's how toxic they are.
Literally, it got spoiled for me too. But freaking
I
Aaron
refuse to read the manga and watch the anime because it got spoiled for me.
literally, hang on, because Aaron PFPs
Yeah.
literally are almost as toxic as Naruto fans. Like they
Yeah.
are a whole different breed.
Like, they get no
Hold
bitches. They like their social status towards the female gender is so irrelevant. Like, what was that quote? Please say it to the camera.
Hold on. You want me to use the civilized
and
version?
start with Adam PFPs. Let me just pull up a recording for TikTok as well, because this is gonna be so hilarious. Okay, start.
Hold on. Wait, let me look for it first. Dang.
Yeah.
Let me just keep.
I'm not
scrolling.
cutting this part out of the podcast, by the way.
All right. Why do I have to scroll up so far for it? God bless.
I swear to God, Brian, your quotes are so well, and I'm gonna start calling you Brian from now on, no more with you, because we gotta start calling each other by first name basis. I mean,
Account name basis. I know what you mean. Nah, everyone calls me Riku. I think it's so funny sometimes.
yeah.
Because Riku's not even my favorite character. It's just what people met me as.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
Hold, where is it? I'm getting annoyed.
I am not cutting this. By the way, I am not cutting this part of the podcast. They gotta. It's gold. It's just as good. It's just gold. I'm not cutting any of this part. I'm just gonna cut some small stutterings and all of that. I am not cutting this part out of the podcast. Like, our viewers.
I also hate with the new like rumbling stuff because
Oh
like
yeah.
there's this statement within the freaking manga about like how the founder titan transcends time. So
Oh.
many Eren stands have come out of hiding like, oh,
Oh.
Eren Solo's this first, Eren Solo's this first, Eren Solo's this first, all because of a simple statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm
I,
like, please, no, stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Oh my god. No, no, no. Attack on Titan
okay.
fans.
I found it. I found it. I
Okay.
found it. I found it. All right.
Okay.
So to Aaron PFPs, right?
Uh-huh.
Your social status in reference to the female gender is inadequate and non-existent.
Does this sound
This
like
is.
Joseph Joestar?
Oh yes,
Oh
exactly.
my
Or at
god,
least
stop,
Jonathan.
bro. Bro, stop.
Oh no,
I
this
didn't
is
even think about that.
no, this is definitely going on the highlights on TikTok. This is definitely going over there because I swear to God, you just said in such a good way, and it so much definitely represents the Attack on Titan fandom. I swear to God, there are some good and
Hey,
chill Attack
Attack
on
on
Titan
Titan
fans.
fans, how does it feel knowing that Yuito Sumeragi solos your verse?
How does it feel like?
How does it feel that Natsu Dragneel solos your
How
verse?
does it feel like? How does it feel like all of these Shawnee solos your verse?
Oh yeah.
How,
Yeah,
how does it feel that Star Butterfly solos your verse?
yeah.
How does it feel that Pinkie
That's
Pie from My Little
fast.
Pony solos your verse?
Yo!
How does it feel that the entirety of the main sticks from My Little Pony individually can solo your verse?
Now you're getting this into extreme levels. But yeah, going back into Attack on Titan.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
listen here.
I gotta stop. I gotta stop my gooning. Okay, I already made 2 videos today.
Yeah, listen. I like the Attack on Titan manga. Don't get me wrong. Again, it's overrated as fuck in my opinion. I love the manga, but I swear to God, the last 4 chapters, no, the last 2 chapters, no, the last 3. I'm sorry again. The last 3 to 4 chapters of Attack on Titan were straight up booty cheeks. If they don't change the ending, because I swear to God, this wasn't even the ending that Hajime Isayama intended. Like Hajime Isayama, this was the first try, and he already made a pretty above solid show. Like if he tried again and he didn't rush stuff, like he would do much better, and we can all agree into that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, Attack on Titan, it's not the greatest thing since slice of bread. Like, it's a good show to recommend to starters. Don't get me wrong. Like, if a friend of you comes, hey, what anime should I watch? Just say either Death Note or Attack on Titan, and they're in this toxic hell of a mess called the anime community. But yeah, Attack on Titan fans are toxic as hell. They're literally the leftovers of the Naruto community. That's what I'm gonna call them, the leftovers. Literally, like Naruto fans, Black Clover fans, and what else? What else kind of fans? And My Hero Academia fans are the leftover big three fans. Literally, they are that.
Yep.
They are just so toxic, spoiling people about the show. Literally, I have a friend of mine at work called Luke. Luke, if you're watching this, you're goated, and he doesn't watch a lot of anime. Like he only watched Attack on Titan, but he's gonna start watching more. Like he recently started watching Black Clover, and he said to me, "Please do not
Black
spoil it
Clover
for
is
me."
awesome.
Yeah, Black Clover is awesome. Continue watching it, but yeah, this is a message to you, Luke.
Manga.
I don't know how in the name of Jesus you have avoided all the Attack on Titan spoilers. But I need to know your secret, bro. Because I swear to God, every time I would open Twitter, I would just see spoilers there. Bam, boom, bing, boom, bing, boom, bam. Like a fucking I don't know, like a seasonal waifu thingy. Literally, literally. And for the people that spoiled manga and anime to other creators and other fans, you literally are the epitome of a loser. And I hope you burn in the deepest pits of hell with Lil Nas X. That's all I have to say for Attack on Titan fans. Now I'm passing the mic to the Kingdom Hearts jerk of himself, Brian.
All right. So, like I said, I know I said this multiple times already. Um, overrated doesn't always equate to bad,
Yeah.
Yep.
but Doom fans are gonna hate me. Doom Slayer. Oh my God, Doom Slayer fans.
The fans, not the games. The fans.
Not the game. The games are good.
The
Don't
games
get me.
are
I
peak.
like Doom Slayer as a character. I think Doom Slayer is a great, great, great character.
Not better than Master Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief, in my opinion, is better written.
Yeah,
But
Doom has better games, but Chief is a better character.
But I like Doom Slayer. I think he's a great character. I think he's really well written. I also think the verse is kind of strong to an extent, but nowhere near as strong as people try to say it is. Ron laughed at this yesterday, but there was this one person who said that Doomslayer defeated a person that created a universe, therefore Doomslayer is universal. What?
I'm sorry, what?
I was like, there's no way.
Oh my god!
There's
Oh my god! Oh my god!
way.
I cannot contain my laughter right now.
I was like, there's
I'm
no
done.
way
Shit,
that
asthma.
people like this actually exist.
Oh my god! Oh, this is a hilarious joke. I'm sorry.
No, but lo and behold, he was dead ass. He was serious. I was like, you're fucking with me right now. There's no way. There's no. Oh my god.
Oh my lord. Well, this was a good laugh.
These Doomslayer fans are so unbelievably stupid that it's not even funny. They get him to they try to get him to outer for all the wrong reasons. Like, he has infinite stamina, therefore he can't die. Like, bro, having infinite stamina doesn't do anything for you, right? They try to say he has infinite durability because he has infinite stamina. If you have ability to never get tired, that doesn't mean you won't die as soon as I stab you.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't have too much to say more about it because I already know that Doomslayer fans already are gonna hate me.
You have my defense. You have my defense. I'm a Doomslayer fan, but I'm not on the toxic side because I know I personally speaking will start executing Doomslayer fans. Every time I will see a toxic Doomslayer fan, I will execute them. I will defend the good side of the Doomslayer fandom, but I will despise the bad side of the Doomslayer fandom.
There are legitimate people that think that he solos fiction. He doesn't. There's this one comment that I did a video on. He was like, "Oh, Doomslayer solos
Jesus
fiction."
Christ.
And ties with him. I'm like, bro, what? Absolutely not.
Yes.
Yes.
Facts. No, actual facts though. Doomslayer fans, listen. I love games. Listen here, I love the Doomslayer games, the Doom franchise in general. Everybody in the shonen knows that I jerk off that game to the absolute max. Pause. Everybody knows that I will play every Doom game imaginable, even the bad ones. Even though I know there are not a lot of bad ones, like really none at all. I love those games. I truly do, and I'm truly a Doom fan. But the power scaling side of the Doomslayer fandom is just bad. It's just bad. Like even worse than Halo fans. There are some toxic Halo fans. And before you come and say that Halo fans are not toxic, that's cap. Halo fans are toxic. Some of them, but there are a lot of chill Halo fans that I've discussed. Like I'm a Halo fan myself as well. But yeah, you guys, Doomslayer, you guys are toxic, just as Brian said himself. And now we are passing our mic to our guest, Aaron.
Alright, so this is an anime that I loved, but then it just I lost my respect, man. It severely did. And that's My Hero Academia.
Oh lord.
Oh.
For one, it's overrated. because of the fans. Okay. But
How
two,
is it? Okay.
it's overrated because it's become such a simple plot. Like, if you read the manga or even just watch the anime, the plot is so basic,
Yeah.
in my opinion, that I feel the author can do better.
It's
Like, way better.
it's more basic than white bread. My Hero Academia is just
The
that
fact
basic.
that you have all of these amazing side characters, and whenever they get development, they're sidelined. Prime example, Kirishima. You have a huge episode on Kirishima. What happens next? He's sidelined. Boom. Never get development again. Literally in the joint training battle, he gets like very little to showcase what he's like done since his growth. You have Mirio has an amazing development to protect those he loves and loses his quirk to showcase that, and just gets sidelined almost immediately.
No, but that's facts though.
You have one of the best senseis for Deku being Kai, and the best turnaround for this guy is to just kill him off. Like, seriously, man?
Damn.
Like, as much as I love My Hero Academia, okay? The fans overhype it. The power scalers want it to be stupidly powerful.
Yeah.
The shipping community is toxic.
There are people that saying
And
that there are people that saying that Deku can solo Naruto and I might hate Naruto, but that's a straight up cap.
You know, really funny because didn't we talk about how toxic the My Hero fans were
yeah,
in our first episode?
Oh no, we have talked about many fandoms in our field. This is becoming a mix of the first and last, and this episode is just a rebranding of the first episode, but still, the Naruto portion is gonna be much more extended. We're gonna
yeah.
literally extend that portion. We're gonna say whatever we have to say about the Naruto fans, because every time people have to bring up Dragon Ball fans, but no. Naruto fans are the toxic bullshit of the anime community, and My Hero Academia fans are just the leftovers. I said
Yep.
it.
And to be fair, as I stated before, I don't hate the plot. I just feel that he could have done better. And I
It's
don't hate
basic.
the author. I don't say that My Hero is mid. I just say it's overrated because of the fans, power scalers,
Yeah,
and because so much wasted potential
yeah.
has just been
Wasted.
absolutely just
Thrown away.
terrible. We have so many wasted potential characters, and we're getting into like the second war arc now, and there's still so much development you can do for these characters, and apparently the series is going to be ending soon. Like, what?
Now that we said My Hero Academia, are you done with My Hero Academia? Because I want to go this is gonna be the last one of overrated and underrated. Then we're gonna go to the special. They got bathroom break and go to the special. But I need to talk about Hunter x Hunter.
Alright.
Listen here. This is again becoming a fandom thing. Stop
Fandom thing, man.
overhyping. It's always the fandom. No disrespect
It's
to
always
Higashi. I love Hunter x Hunter. Don't get me wrong. It's one of my top
a
15 anime. Like I sometimes I
same.
like Hunter x Hunter more than Yu Yu Hakusho, and I think Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the greatest shonens of all time. In fact, it is the second greatest shonen of all time behind Dragon Ball. But my Hunter x Hunter is just overrated. Not the fans overrated a lot. Like it's peak, it's good, but stop making it like it's like how to say, like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. They do the same thing. Most fandoms do the same thing. They like to overhype the shows. In all honesty though, I'm kinda done with all of those fandoms. I love Hunter x Hunter, but Hunter x Hunter is never going to finish. I said it. Everybody can agree that Hunter x Hunter will never be finished. Can you all agree with that?
I hope that someday it
But
does get
this is
finished.
coming from a guy who's watched Hunter x Hunter. I feel that fans overhype it because they're waiting for it to be off of hiatus.
It's okay. I will say Hunter x Hunter is actually really good. I don't like Gon or Hisoka, but I do like Kurapika and Killua. Um, but Yeah, I can see why you say it's overrated. Personally, I don't think it's as overrated as a lot of other anime, but I can see why you say it's overrated.
Hmm.
And I never say never, because a lot of people thought that Kingdom Hearts 3 was never going to come out because how long it took for that game to come out, Jesus Christ.
No.
But I can see why you say that. I can definitely see why you say the things that you say.
Yes, exactly.
All right, is that all you had to say about Hunter x Hunter?
Yes, it's always a fancy. Now we're gonna take the last overhyped. We're gonna take a bathroom break, and we're gonna talk about a whole ass section about the Naruto fans because they deserve all the slander.
I can't
It's
wait to
your
talk
turn.
about these
It's
Naruto
your
fans,
turn,
bro.
my.
I have
It's
I have heat
yeah.
with these Naruto
Oh,
fans.
oh,
He
heat will be the least amount, the last thing I should describe it on how much hate I have towards the Naruto fans. But go on.
All right, we're going on bathroom break right now.
No. Oh, so you're not gonna talk about another overhype? You know what? Bathroom break. This
Naruto
is
fans.
where should we fucking begin? We have already talked about the Naruto
Oh,
fans, but this time is full on redo of a healer mode. You guys are so racist. Do you know that? Do you know how much racist you guys are? You are so racist that you guys make only Jayas seems like a BLM activist.
yeah,
I
yeah,
swear to God, you bullied off a black woman creator just for cosplaying Hinata.
yeah. Poor Electro Bum.
that was messed up.
You guys are trying to literally make all the anime fans look bad, and this is stuff that we all talked about previously.
Oh yeah.
But now you guys are out
No,
of pocket.
literally, their racism went so far that someone legit had to make a song countering their racism. Specifically, you know that song, Hinata isn't black, Hinata isn't black, she gonna be black today, she gonna
I
be black
swear,
today.
I swear to God.
Like, they literally had to make a song to counter the racist Naruto fans. And it went viral. They made a viral song to counter the Naruto fans' racism. Like, you can't make this up.
Yeah, you cannot make this up. You cannot. It's just too much. It's just too much. Everybody likes to talk about the Dragon Ball fans. The Dragon Ball fans are fucking chill. They always say, "Oh my God, he cannot be Goku. He cannot be Goku. He cannot be Goku," just to make you troll, and you guys fucking fall for it like a bunch of 5-year-olds. I swear to God, you Naruto fans are so your heads are so much up your asses that you cannot see anything else. The only thing you guys see, it's your anus. That's what you guys can see. The anus full of shit. Hirakoshi, you are an amazing writer. I love Naruto. Well, only the first part of Naruto. Shippuden was mid up until the reveal of the war arc. Boruto is becoming good. But
Honestly, Shippuden is the worst written story in the big three.
okay. Now let's not go there. But the
No, I'm
fandom,
going there. I'm going there.
yeah.
Bleach is better than Shippuden. One Piece is better than Shippuden. Like it's Shippuden is terrible.
To me personally, it's Bleach, One Piece, Naruto.
Notice how Naruto's all the way up the bottom.
Yeah, all the way up the bottom. And before you'll say you like it because you like Dragon Ball and because of nostalgia and all that bullshit, I started with Bleach, and okay, right now what you're gonna say you started with Bleach, so you like Bleach because of nostalgia? No, I watched Bleach last year and I loved it. In fact, I loved it even more, and not because of nostalgia, but because it has a good story. And filler, don't bring up filler, Naruto fans. You know damn well you guys should be the last ones to bring filler.
Infinite filler, Yelmy.
Oh, no. I watched Naruto Shippuden while it was still airing. And the amount of filler that I saw was just unforgiven.
Literally put them into an entire filler arc, dude.
No. Entire filler years worth of filler, literally. I will just log on every week to watch Naruto Shippuden, And every time I will see a filler, I'm like, come on, I just want to see the good story. That's when I started reading the Naruto Shippuden manga. And the manga did a better job, but the war arc was due to water. Literally. All of us can agree about that the war arc is due to water.
Madara is not even a bad character. Kishimoto just written himself into a corner with him. And the only reason why I say that is because he made Madara a little bit too strong to the point where he needed to make a stronger villain for be the reason why Madara had to go out.
Yeah, literally. Like the only way I can forgive Kishimoto is if he makes Boruto be the infinite Tsukuyomi and Madara is still alive. Like that's the only way I will forgive Kishimoto, because Kaguya, although she's a baddie, the reveal of her was mid. Literally, she was only mentioned 2 times, while Madara was fucking mentioned since OG Naruto. So it made sense for Madara to be the final villain. But freaking Kaguya? The reveal of Kaguya was pretty mid. She was only mentioned like fucking when Madara spoke about the backstories about chakra and all of that, and one time that Kagurawa mentioned her. Like they sealed her. That's the only time Kaguya was fucking mentioned.
Can we talk about how the Naruto and the Batman
Powers
fans collectively wished death upon King Lion just because he said that Naruto loses to Luffy and that Batman wasn't the greatest comic book character of all time?
Yeah.
Like, Naruto fans and Batman fans are literally terrible, but we're talking about the Naruto fans.
Yeah.
Like, you really couldn't handle the fact that this man said, Luffy beats Naruto, so you guys decided to wish him death? Like,
Oh,
wow.
dude, literally stated that Natsu beats Naruto, and someone said that Urza beats Naruto, and like so many Naruto fans got pissed off real quick.
Of course they did, because they're Naruto fans. They have no common sense. It
They're
shouldn't
like,
even
oh,
matter
because
who wins
star
the fight.
level is Kaguya, blah blah blah. No, just no. Stop it.
They'll use the data books that contradict like the anime. Either that or they'll take data book statements out of context. For example, they try to use omnipotent Kakashi, even though it's never really that was never shown in the anime, being that he has a limit on how many times he can use Kamui before he gets fatigued.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I love Kakashi, but he's not like he's not like he can solo verses, but he's not like a freaking Susanoo or Kakashi is not like the fucking strongest character in all of freaking. That's what some people like to say. Like every time a new Boruto character comes, they like to say they beat Goku and they beat everyone. Like, do you all notice that?
Yeah, it's because they apparently can breathe in space, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness!"
And
like,
so what?
Nah, literally,
Majibu could breathe in space, yes, he still lost to a spirit bomb.
that's true.
Yeah.
Like it's not an excuse.
Now, here's a funny thing, and here's a catch, right? Here's a catch. They are so set, like if you like, they are literally so sensitive that they had I mentioned this earlier. My Krogunk versus Naruto video ended up being put under sensitive content, bro. Like what? Really? Y'all couldn't handle someone saying Naruto takes an L, so you got so prissy about it that it's sensitive content now? Like, bro, really?
Yep, really. They're just toxic. They're just
I
toxic.
swear, if they do the same thing to my Yuito Sumeragi versus Naruto video, I'm gonna be mad.
Dude, I'm just waiting for the toxicity with the Pinkie Pie video. Not gonna lie.
Oh no, that Peking 5 video was actually kind of funny. Only because imagine this little baby girl toy soloing your verse. That's so funny.
It's a cartoon, but
Oh Lord, no.
So, well, the cartoons are based off the toys.
Yep.
I know. It's like the whole.
It's like Ninjago can solo a lot of verses, most of the anime verses.
I could definitely solo Naruto.
Naruto, nah. Naruto is the first one it solos.
I feel like people overhype Naruto way too much.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. I mean, granted, I did like the whole Baryon mode thing in the anime. That was actually pretty heat. I won't lie, I do like the fight. I like the way Naruto was fighting. I enjoyed that. For a little bit, I became a Boruto fan just for a little bit because that was actually really fun to watch.
Especially in the manga. When I read the manga, I liked it, but yeah, they kind of
However, that doesn't change the fact that the overall like product
Yeah.
of
No,
Naruto, I mean, I like OG Naruto.
me
I
too.
guess but there are so many characters in Shippuden that get like shafted, like Rock
Oh
Lee,
yeah,
Choji,
Neji.
Shikamaru, Neji. Oh, poor Neji. God, the stuff that happened to Neji in Shippuden was
Like,
uncalled for. Here's
Dude,
here's a fun fact about your MC Naruto fans. He literally spits on Neji's grave. He tried to convince Neji that he didn't have to be what he was fated to be. He pretty much changed Neji's life just for when Neji died. Naruto ends up pretty much becoming like, oh yeah, Fate's cool because it was apparently a prophecy that he was supposed to save the world. He was like, all right,
yeah.
yep, cool, I guess, you know.
yeah,
Like,
Neji was kind of like the counter to all of Naruto's ideology within the very original series.
Yeah, and
Like
then they
he
mhm.
ruined it.
said basically like within their fight, oh, so anyone can become Hokage, and then here Naruto is like, I'll become the Hokage, plot armor activate.
It's not
Like,
even
Literally.
that. It's really not even that. It's a matter of you really tried net. You really like gave this whole thing to Neji that you don't have to be bounded by fate. That fate does not decide who you are or what you can become. But because fate said that you become this prophecy savior, you're just gonna be like, okay, fate's cool now, I guess, and you're gonna blow
Exactly.
his cousin's back out. Which I don't mind the Naruto Hinata ship. I don't mind that at all. But
Guys,
like you spat on Neji so hard. Like why?
no, literally. And one more thing, guys. Uh, can we all agree that Sakura is a better character than Hinata, and or Shippuden she got the best character development? Like she got a second to fucking what was his name? Yes, Sasuke. She got a lot of character development, and she became much better. But they still hate her
I
for
will
something she did
say
as a kid.
I will say Sakura has moments of being amazing in
I'd
Shippuden,
say
but her
that.
overall character development I was not impressed with, especially when she tried to do that fake ass confession to Naruto.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
we all hated that,
yeah.
especially when she was using his feelings against him, and
Yeah.
so many
No,
people were pissed about it.
say the one time that I like I give Naruto so much crap, but I will say credit to him for dodging that bullet. Still fuck
Yeah.
Naruto though.
I still hate the fact that she did that, not gonna lie.
And
Like,
it's not like I hate everyone in Shippuden. I think Minato's my favorite character. I love Minato. I think Minato is great, and he was introduced in Shippuden. However, there's just there's so many things in Shippuden that I'm just not okay with.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that Shippuden. Nah, Shippuden just ruined Naruto, and people like to say that Shippuden is way better than OG Naruto. That's
It's
their
not.
opinion. That's an opinion. I can respect people's opinion, but that's a wrong opinion, my good sir.
I was about to say like you're wrong for thinking that, but yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
All right, so to wrap things up, fandoms bad. They are overrated and underrated shows. Definitely go and watch the shows that we recommended. Our boy Brian in here was an amazing
And then
host. Any closing thoughts?
um Naruto gets soloed by Yuito Sumeragi.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts for our
Apart from
guest?
some Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Twilight Sparkle, Fluttershy, all individually.
Alright, y'all. And my final message. Uh, no matter your sex, gender, ethnicity, just be cool and keep watching anime. Catch y'all
All right.
motherfuckers later, and next week, Jasper hopefully is gonna be the guest. The
We will
freaking.
see. We will
Yeah,
hold
we
on.
will
We will
see.
see. We
Yeah,
will
we'll see.
see.
We will
But
see.
until
Yeah.
then, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I'll see
Yeah.
you guys in the next video. May your heart be your guiding king.
Bye.
May your heart be the guiding key.